athletes, what's going on? Brandon Brown here, physical therapist and wellness coach with Get Your Fix Physical Therapy, Get Your Fix Nutrition, CrossFit coach with CrossFit Majestic, and I work with CrossFitters and runners to get you from injury to pain-free in 8 weeks. Okay, so we're still working on the warm-up series, especially after sitting. So one thing that happens when we sit is our glutes, so our butt, basically shuts down. When we're sitting all the time, it's essentially in a fully relaxed position. We have pressure on it, so it stops, essentially just shuts itself down because it doesn't have to function when we're sitting. So why does this matter? When we go then to run or go to our CrossFit box, essentially our glutes aren't turning on. They aren't turned on. Most of us are driving there. So you may sit all day. Even if you don't sit all day, you're probably driving there. And depending on how far away from your box you live or work, determines on how long you're sitting. So ultimately, when we sit, shuts them down. We need to get them turned back on. Now, the other thing with this is a lot of people don't actually know how to fire their glutes right. So that's just another whole series I could do, actually. But what I want to do today is just talk about turning them on before you're working out. So before you run, making sure they're firing, because you need those glutes firing when we're running. Otherwise, you're compensating in a lot of other muscles. Pretty much everything we do in the CrossFit box on a daily basis requires our glutes. If it's a stretch press, you need to tighten those glutes in order to keep everything nice and tight in your core. Any squat activity at all, we should be firing our glutes. Lunges, rowing, like you name it, where the glutes should be firing. The reason I say should, and I don't like using that word on a regular basis, is because most people don't actually activate them properly. We get very quad dominant, we compensate in our spine, we do all these sorts of things in order to get this workaround from our glutes not being turned on appropriately. So what we're going to do today, you can do this one of two ways. You could either do what I call good mornings or RDLs. Basically, it's the same motion, it's just a matter of where the PVC pipe is. Then I will show you a way you can do this if you don't have anything available. So if you're at a hotel, if you are at your house and maybe don't have a PVC pipe, or if you are out on out the track, running trail, whatever it may be. So what we're going to do, going to start with this. I'll show you the good morning first. So it's going to go on in back rack position, so behind your back here. Going to start up nice and tall. And basically you're going to take your chest forward as your hips go backward. So, and those knees stay nice and, basically the knees are staying locked out. So you're going in this position and then standing up. You're thinking about bringing your hips back forward again is the best way that I can explain it to get it firing accurately. So as you take your chest down, your butt's going back, and then your hips are coming forward to bring you back up. Same thing for the RDL, except this is just going to be on your thighs. But the same exact motion, you're taking your hips back as your torso comes forward. This just stays on your thighs, bringing those hips forward to stand back up. So like I said, you can do this without holding on to anything. If you just want to keep your hands at your side, behind your back actually is a really good place where I like to put them, but same thing there, bringing those hips up. The biggest key is thinking about standing back, or two main points here. One, keeping your back straight, not letting it round, not letting it arch to come up. And second point is bringing the hips forward to stand up, thinking about more initiating from those hips rather from the torso, and that will actually get those glutes firing better. So if you have any questions on this, I know it can get super confusing. If you have any questions, if you don't think you're doing it right, if it's not feeling right, definitely post your questions on here. If you have any comments regarding anything I've said, definitely put those on here as well. And as usual, feel free to reach out to me through Facebook Messenger if you have any specific questions for me. I'd be happy to have a conversation with you. So hope you're having an amazing Thursday. I'll talk to you later. Bye.